Them asleep on the talent what we have, and I believe not the craft. For them flow you need a rap. For the money bag. Once you have it at the man, have it at the done. See me gone. Aye, them sleep on the talent on my dream. If I roll it with the team.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Read the Room podcast. I'm Akil and I'm here with...
Hey guys, this is Chase. Welcome back to Read the Room.
Yeah, and this is the episode 4 and we got a lot of stuff we want to discuss today. And I might be laughing because it's just humor again. But it's some stuff. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
We have a few topics. One of them is a real peeve for me. The other one is I'm not really sure how I feel about that. And the last one is that one's in popular demand, so
yeah,
we had to do that one. And it's for anybody who grew up in our generation or the generation before that, they know.
If you like justice,
yeah, they know how pivotal this is, and I'm sure they'll be following this. So, like, I think if we do a survey right now and ask the first 20 people that we see within a certain generation, I think all of them are gonna be like, yeah, we follow this. So, guys, y'all gonna love the content today.
Yeah. So just to box it up and give you guys a rundown, it's a few of the events are trivial. Serious. It's about serious matters, but the events itself are trivial. But to not delay it any further, let's kick it off, right, bro? I could start it.
Yeah, let's kick it off.
To the youth man them by the corner, you know. Especially the one who call themselves Chopper. Let me tell you straight up. And he can speak openly. Wow. I have no problem with a man if he want chop. Because them chop us during slavery. So nothing wrong if we chop them up. My only problem with the chopping is when you bingo and you score. Use the money wisely.
Like, one more thing I take for people realize, it's the prettier shoes around the country right now.
And our youth, the better
leather and the better suede.
Our youth set.
like for real, like right at this point, a better Elephant Man go run for president. The Elephant Man say again.
Image over everything.
So
member good no man.
So hold on no. So it sounds like an Elephant Man actually a coach the two side them right now.
No, but wait, I'm not cut you, bro. But this just forward to my brain. You know, so if this was a order, you'd have think twins are twins. You would have never think it did real, bro. Like you'd have think this is a
fake, like
yeah, bro, a spin-off or
like or
a parody.
Watch out now.
Joke, bro.
God no. You see if you did make it animation where you not actually see them, you'd feel like a joke, like a meme them. Like you never really
a meme on one sports day for clocks, not even for JLP or no. For clocks. Which one better?
Watch you know, a sports day and everybody get points for who have the prettiest spikes or who have the prettier running shoes.
Yeah, not for who run.
Yeah, man, not for the running.
Love that.
Nobody don't care about the running. You win before you run.
Alright.
Because here them a cheer, man, and a go on before the running. Remember this is before them vote, you know?
Yeah, bro.
And then them go vote, I think, the same day or the next day.
I think at the same day, cause I think around them start round them up. The same when them look run.
I like you say round them.
I always that because check it though. Adults them here, bro.
No,
them here rational people.
Can't be. I don't know. Like honestly, as I say, a years ago I find out like I really start looking into it, as you say, it make no sense. And I have never voted.
Bro, you know, see I stick it there, watch and make sure everybody good. See how the police come, look, let's watch it. Wait, they walk on them frightened or
him have to serve and protect the clocks. The suede. You see me?
Don't step on that. Don't step on that.
Your dust up his suede.
It's crazy.
It don't make no sense though, honestly.
Exactly.
It don't make no sense because it's obvious now that it's not any substance that matters. It's not the substance that matters, and it's not the substance running the country. It's just who's aesthetically pleasing. So, who looks more palatable? Who the packaging, whichever packaging is better. It'd be like you're going to the supermarket, and we know say it's a handful of families that run Jamaica. You see me?
Yeah.
And all of them have hands in all of these businesses. So the supermarket's monopolized. No matter which shelf you pick up and which one you look at, which one you buy, whether the most expensive one or the cheaper one, it don't really matter. Because all of them are go to the same set of people. You get me? And you go in there and you look, and it's about who pack the thing them on the shelf better, the stand, who market the product better.
Stuff,
It's like, you know, say this look nice. Alright, I'm going at the supermarket all the time, and it happened with my daughter and it happened with my partner. You see me? Like, we're in at the supermarket and she sees something and she's like, you know, say this look good, me that buy it. And she take it up. I'm just like, do you know that item? Do you know nothing about that item? Well, why you want this item? Because it look good.
Exactly.
You get trapped. Mama always I tell her, you get caught in at the trap where they created. That's why they did it like that.
That true in a sense. It's a pull. It's a talk for like an interest. And even for spin it in a familiar way for like everybody will listen to this now. It's like a thumbnail. If you want to get a certain type of interest before them actually watch the video.
Clickbait.
Exactly. Most people would recommend you getting a thumbnail. Why? There'll be clickbait. And just like a fish, we see the thing on the hook and I think, oh yeah, free day. It's a trap. But our point is, just to quickly break it down, it's like how this makes sense. Because don't get me wrong, the situation is trivial. I won't say adults can't have fun, like laugh, joke about certain things. However, the country though in that state, and politics has been a joke for way too long. And then 3, why present this though? How is this a situation when a managed to get catch on camera and it's like we proudly enjoy ourselves? Who will laugh?
It wasn't caught on camera, it was videoed on purpose.
No, I know you know, but you know me already, bro. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and still cook the situation.
No, so.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, as me as to look on the state of the country, and when it come on to a lot of stuff like people losing them life, jobs, health, housing, all type of things. Why we laugh as if we can have sports there? Bro, you know what? I could talk about the other video because right now, I'm not even gonna make this scratch my brain.
Right now, I feel like I should have talked about the other video first.
You see it? He might talk about 25 to life.
I know I'm upset because
brother, he might talk about 25 to life, bro. The same chopper them where I recommend I go sing that, and them I sing that before you recommend them, and then you have the audacity for say them did a chop we first. Bro, you can't stand up in front of them when IRS, or what them call him? Uncle Sam forward. You can't stand up and say no, don't touch them. Matter of fact, no can't touch over America, bro. Right. So this is disgusting, this repulsive.
Right. For me, Mariva gets so deep in it. Because for me, with him, it's just, that's your opinion. That's how you feel. That's your view on it.
What, view?
Yeah, but you're a public figure. Even if that is your view, you don't come on a stage and announce that.
I'm more than a public figure as well to me.
Like you are a part of, you represent the government or the law. You see me? The law isn't supposed to be condoning this. As I said, if that's how you feel about it, keep it to yourself. You don't go up on the stage at a press conference and announce it like, hey, this is me and this is what I like.
While campaigning. Don't forget that part there.
So,
this is a media run.
So for me, like,
and him say, and I know for cut you, bro, him double down and say him can come out and say this. He said he can say this. So what it simply mean is that to the average man and someone even in that, oh, here I have a representative, an advocate. A matter of fact, he's not a regular one. He's a powerful one. And if anybody can say the law is supposed to be justice or equity, why we not draft him up? What is this? What is this? As me say, this make me nauseous. The situation here, me I look upon him and it's like, yeah, somebody father, possibly grandfather. And look how you loose, brother. Can I style this? Yeah, tell the youth them do that.
No. That's why I keep saying it. Like, if that is your view and your stance, like, for those people who really understand what I say, like, your stance or your opinion, it's not something that you readily announce on the top of a mountain, especially if it's controversial based on where you stand. This can cost you your job. Like, this can cost you your position. You see me? Like, if the real inquiry starts, your own administration probably gonna tell you to step down, because this is the same administration that hung Kartel for saying big up every scammer. You get me? This is the same administration that hung him for that.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
The same administration that constantly signs off on lists full of social engineers being extradited from the country. So you are a part of this system, and you're gonna stand up and announce that on a stage representing them.
But and don't just say as if him do it casually, bro. So yeah, I agree with you totally. But him a campaign, so him already know, say there's a lot of people who are listening right now, like him pretty much live.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna say you're okay with it, one, and two, they chopped us, so pretty much they stole from us. We should be, what the word, R word, too much things in my brain. But you're saying that we should get some form of compensation or you know, return funds. So
Yeah.
because they're not giving us that, we have all right to take it. And in saying that, there is no law that protects anyone who looks to take anything, much less money or people identity, life earnings. You're crazy, bro. And at the end of the day, I don't care what you can say a nation does, but when we are talking about individuals getting affected, we can't assess the situation and know who get affected and if they deserve to get that. So what if your grandma over there and a situation like that reach her and you have to do a yard and hear it? Because you must think of white people alone. So be real, bro.
That's why for me, that's why I say he can't justify it as reparation. He can't justify it as reparation because it's too vague. It's too vague.
Yeah. But they don't try to pass any laws.
It's too vague and
they're not talk about that in our
I don't think in that world, in that aspect and world, I don't think they're they don't have much moderation and consideration. So it's like it doesn't matter. You get me? So it's, as I said, that is as touchy as a topic as coming out and saying going on that stage and coming out of the closet. You see me? Like, you technically did that.
And to me, coming out of the closet, it can't go worse.
No.
Although we're not pre none of that.
No,
But
that's
at the end of the day, that
it's on the same scale.
no, I get it, like the audience and you know the chaos
effect,
with,
the effect that it would have.
That it will cause. But what me I say is that people would have a right in a sense because to each his own. But this is something illegal, and then what rub me the wrong way or will keep a poke me on my side when the situation come up is you're someone who represents the government, so you're on the side of the law. You're a big figure, so not just a public figure. You get me? And you're now here on the side of that illegal activity, and you're like, oh yeah, I have a problem with it. Be wise.
You're standing proud behind
Exactly, they stole from us, so you can do it. And me can come say that. So at the end of the day, it's like to the small man, oh yeah, here is my goal. So the opportunity here, and if anything happens, or when I sing another song, I can say it, or I can run a snippet in a video, or I can use the audio, and there's so much agendas.
Which is coming.
Of course, it has to come because at the end of the day, this is the opportunity, as me I say.
Don't
So
worry,
that's
guys.
just my
Don't worry,
2
guys.
cents.
When it happens, we're gonna play it on the podcast and show and say, yeah, we saw it. It's gonna be a part of an agenda. Eventually, I'm gonna hear it interest somebody. So
Somebody boop him.
you get me. So I don't even know, but that's your government, people. That's your government. You know, so
Nah, so that to them.
just education is education is key. It's key. Stay prayed up and stay wise. Like that's all I can say when it come on to that topic. I'm not a part of that world. Don't want to be. So to each his own though.
Well, I gotta change it still.
Well,
business creating social media accounts for y'all's babies. When a baby is a baby, the baby is a baby. The baby cannot talk, the baby cannot do nothing for themselves. So for you to go ahead and create a social media account, only for you to be posting about the baby, talking to yourself about yourself, for yourself, to yourself, and then commenting about yourself to yourself, for yourself, on behalf of this child, it's low-key crackhead behavior. I have no business creating social media accounts for y'all's babies. When a baby is a baby, the baby is a baby. The baby cannot talk, the baby cannot do nothing for themselves.
alright, you remember when what's your name? Shensia. They did create the Instagram account for her son.
Yeah. Remember?
Oh, what did I tell you? It makes no sense you to create a Instagram profile for a child. You're gonna be the one controlling it either way, so why not just post them on your profile?
But you can't say it don't make no sense.
They don't need one.
I think it's all about the intentions though, because first we have to address that.
Alright, what's the intention?
Like if you're someone who wants to do that, you see a baby, you admire a baby, and there's going to be, like as Jamaicans would say, it's like a festive. So a whole heap of stuff are going to happen, a whole heap of events. So, you know what? I'll make a page and I'll put the pictures and videos. To me, it's kind of inappropriate because there's so much energies and just people with intentions. And you realize, I didn't say bad or good, but people with intentions. When you necessarily think your baby should be privy to without any form of knowledge. You get me? So they can't consent. So it's like, why? That would be my true question. Like, even if you want to do it, like, fine, we'll get that. Why though? I would love to sit down with somebody and can tell me why you proudly want to post your baby on social media and just, have a fun time, even though the baby is completely unaware.
No, but what's the point of it though? That's my
I want to sit down.
That's my question, and it ends with a question mark and then a period at the end because that's where it's finished. Like, what's the sense of it?
Yeah, I get that, but you can't be so definitive when it comes on to happenings. What I mean by that is that people are going to do it constantly. It's not a unique situation anymore. So for we just look and say, oh, it's just stupid. Or let me just not even use that word. But it's just nonsensical. that would be too definitive, because now we have a lot of people doing it and it's now influencing others to do it, when we could have simply try to figure out why. And at the moment we figure out why, we can make others privy to that knowledge. And it might sound small now, but the moment you sit down and speak that to somebody and then believe it, it can spread. Spread amongst families, spread amongst friends, and then it start make sense. People come with a lot of videos where talk about certain topics, and where you find the numbers cut in half. People start participate. Even though it not come through to everybody, it come through to some. So about efforts. That's why I talk about certain topics. It's not to say me I go change it right away, but if we can influence a higher type of thought or a critical thinking behind it, it's like, oh, now I understand why I indulge. And if not, let me not indulge, because I don't understand why I would want to do this. I'm confused. Why do it if you're confused? You get me? You take a shot being confused? No.
Yeah,
Take a
but
jump being confused? No.
ultimately that's the aim. But then I guess when you get to that point, then you're gonna realize where I'm coming from, which is why I say it's nonsensical. Because if you really sit and think about the whole process and the idea and what you're gonna accomplish from it, it's pointless. You already have an Instagram. All you have to do is take pictures of your baby and post them on your Instagram. You can even create a folder on your Instagram that is just for your baby pictures. It gets the likes and the views and whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it's not a whole profile for a child that they cannot manage it. Alright. I was speaking to somebody the other day, you see me? And they work for Airbnb. And they were talking to a customer, you see me? And it's like the person that called is an adult, but the Airbnb account was set up for a 14-year-old or like a 12-year-old or something like that. I'm lying. It was set up for like a 7-year-old.
The account itself?
The account itself.
Alright.
Right? So when the account comes up, you can't speak to the person that's on the phone. You have to talk to them. Just think about like calling to deal with something from Airbnb, like something that serious, and you have to talk to a 7-year-old to get consent to speak to the adult.
But why Airbnb allow it?
It's the same thing with the Instagram profile.
No, it's slightly different. It is slightly different with the Instagram. Because for the Airbnb, we know right off the rip, a child definitely not going to indulge in this in a certain ways. Why? A whole heap of money we are talking about. This is a monetary situation. On Instagram, we need to monitor the situation. So at the end of the day, I agree with you again. In the sense where I can't find any sense in it. However,
exactly,
there's a lot of persons indulging. So why I'm not saying it's nonsensical is because I wouldn't call it a glitch in the matrix. There's an intention behind it. My thing is, I have a question and it's why.
No, the reason why I'm stuck on the fact that it's nonsensical is because if you stop and think, you won't do it. So yeah, while you say it's an agenda, it's something that's being pushed. If you pay attention, you won't fall into the trend.
That is true. Yeah, if you pay attention, you don't fall into trends. But what I'm saying is that how you define the happening then, because now you're saying it's nonsensical. Is it a glitch?
The idea
we know. All I'm saying is that what would we cross it out? We'll ignore it then? We'll never address it? Seeing that it's just nonsense?
No. The addressing it is what we're doing now. So that's not an issue.
No, not that. Because that's why I use the word definitive. Because coming on now and saying, oh, nonsensical, it's pushing it to the side because we can't debate or break down something nonsensical. You get me, bro? That's why I constantly I go back to the term a glitch. Because saying it's a glitch, there is no definition behind it. It's nonsense. This isn't supposed to happen.
Right.
And to a point, if I'm going to use logics, yes, it should not. However, I am a being, meaning one. So because there's millions doing this activity, I'm trying to figure out why. Like, what drive you? Where you get the ego, the esteem for go at this. Like, how you sit, you're right, bro, like, how, but I'm saying how, like, in your house, I can't think about a logic, because my baby and mine, like, me just want to cover so much stuff about the babies, like, why am I advertising?
So many people have told me to do that with my daughter.
Because of beauty.
I don't even post her on my Instagram.
No, because of beauty, that's why someone say you can pick certain points, but we don't do it.
But if when I really sat and thought about it, because that's the thing, that's why I'm just so dismissive about the topic, because it's stupid. Like,
don't do it.
I've sat and thought about it, like what would make someone do it. Like, I've sat and thought about it.
All right, let me give you an example. A quick analogy. So, we know about, how would I say now, like, physical abuse or assault, like, through a form of antagonization. Like, a lot of young men, them like the women, them, and them, me that say them red, that's my term, but they are ready to go. So it's like them find themselves touching them in a ways that they shouldn't. Is that something of someone who is thinking? Like, that makes sense? No. Because if you stop to think one time, you can ask her. 1, 2, body language is something where you're gonna hide. If she like it, she a touch you, bro. So you don't know this. So there's multiple things in our life where we can look upon and say that nonsense. Cause like, if you grow with somebody with principle, you get whole heap of beating. Because it's like, that makes sense. So at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but because it's happening so much, my point is that we just want to figure out why. Like, to all who do this or conduct themselves in another activity here, if you don't mind, I would love to know why. Like, me open to it. Chase can voice female part, but me open to it. Like, I want to know, like, why you would want to do this. Like, how you feel good doing this. Honestly.
I've already compiled a list of things that would make them do it based on the generation now. So yes, I'd love to hear your point of view, guys, and see if it checks the boxes that I have, because, and probably I'm looking for a reason, I guess, that I would say makes sense to me. So if somebody, be my guest.
Appeal for Adidja Palmer, we know him as Vybz Kartel, and his three co-accused, wrapped on Thursday, the 15th. The 4 plaintiffs are represented by a 9-member team, including Jamaican attorney at law, Bert Samuels, who is now with us to review the recently concluded hearing. So, King's Counsel, how are you doing this morning?
Sir. I'm very good, but you've left my daughter off the team, Bianca Samuels.
Oh, my
she's
apologies
up there.
For that. Oh, is she there?
She was in court, yeah.
Oh, what did she say? Tell me what she said.
Well, she's part of the preparation. Well, she was very enthused about the jury point, which we had already argued before the Jamaican Court of Appeal. We were so sure that that point would have succeeded here.
And the jury point, let's contextualize for the folks who don't know, was the attempted bribery of one of the jurors.
That's correct.
In the face of that, the judge did what?
The judge said, okay, I'm just going to give them the normal warning not to be influenced by anyone, when he ought not to have done that. He ought to have removed the juror. But in 2015, the law was different. For murder, you had to have 12 jurors. You could have a minimum of 11, but you can't go below 11. So after 56 days of trial, the judge said, what am I going to do? Because I can't go below 11. But that's an expediency argument. It's not a justice argument. And justice is now coming to the surface. That's why we are so enthused. About 5 matrix, you can have one. The court can say, oh, the evidence is so overwhelming. Even with another jury, they would have been found guilty, and we lose. They can say, oh, we find that, something went wrong, but the proviso is that, we can still have the conviction stand. And then we go to the third situation where, oh, yes, it went wrong, but we want to give the Jamaican Court of Appeal, we're going to send it back to the Jamaican Court of Appeal to determine whether it will be a retrial or they will walk, they'll be free. So those are they.
You don't want a retrial, why?
I want the clients to be free. That's why they paid us to do
But
the best and get justice for them.
But couldn't a retrial prove that they can be free after a retrial? I'm asking.
Yes, but the baby is out. We don't want to put the baby back in. Why should we? We want them to walk. They've been there for 13 years in custody. They're hoping that.
Wrongly so, you're arguing.
Yeah, because they were not given a fair trial. A lot of people don't understand what a fair trial. A person who is guilty is entitled to a fair trial. A person who is innocent is entitled to a fair trial.
So that's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
The sticking point for a lot of people is that they've already decided in their minds that he's guilty. You're arguing that guilt or innocence, everybody has a right to a fair trial. And based on what happened with this juror, and there's one other sticking point that you argue, which was the other. It was the bribery of the juror. It was the lateness of the
lateness, so the judge had 56 days of trial. It's a Thursday afternoon. It's 17 minutes to 4. He had the Friday when he could have put them to retire. He decided, we're going to have them retiring at 17 minutes to 4 to consider 56 days of trial. And therefore, they would have been pressured to return a verdict. Oh, I need to go home. Oh, I need to go and pick my daughter up from school. That's pressure.
It's anomalous? You don't typically find a judge calling a juror back at that time?
No, the judges do not give jurors the case to consider at 17 minutes to 4 because court ends at 4. So you're virtually giving them 17 minutes of normal time. So you're going to extra play. So what most judges do, once it gets past 3 o'clock, they will stop the case, go the next day for even 3, 4, 5 minutes and give them the entire Friday to consider the verdict. That was not done. And why? Big question sign. We have the answers, but I can't tell you.
So yeah, guys, based on the whole interview, or when the lawyer came out and spoke about what had happened and the situation with Vybz Kartel, me myself didn't know justice never did it in the whole trial. So I'm not even gonna talk about guilty or innocent, but no justice never did it, right, bro?
Yeah, I really and truthfully, if I be honest, really and truthfully, none of us have the premise to speak on that, whether I'm innocent or guilty. That's not what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Because the same court of law, because of misrepresentation of justice, you have innocent men that walk. You have innocent men that go to prison and you have guilty men that walk. You see me? Yeah. So, whether them innocent or guilty, honestly to me, that I left that between Kartel and them and God. Them alone know that.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you actually do the crime, then you have to do the time.
At the father, you got to.
Exactly. Because you have to be reprimanded. Me, I gotta be honest. So, and that's some serious crime them accuse him of. Allegedly. So at the end of the day, it's just to go into it or cutting at the cake. The reason why we are saying justice never serve is when you check off the list based off what the lawyer saying, and you can watch the full interview because the link I'll go in the description. First of all, there was a bribe. My bad, there was a bribe in regards to the jury that was found out, and instead of we clear up the whole thing, get new people and ensure there is no prejudice or no what a word do me I look for? Premeditation. Preconception because of knowledge before the case. Wait no, just to quickly say this. How you end up just change people or change the two little people and when you hear say get bribe and think say that would have be justice or that fair.
But that's the thing, because you kind of jump the gun. Because if we are talking about that, then he couldn't find a jury of his peers based on the way you guys handled the evidence from day one. From day one, the general public was being biased or given a preconception because you guys got the evidence with him because he may have blundered. And instead of lock it tight until we actually drive the nail home, no, let's parade him around the town and show everybody what we got. And show everybody that we got it, So, I don't understand how things that you guys put in evidence, exhibit 1, 2, 3 evidence. We were able to get it as viral videos and pictures and screenshots on our phone.
So you're saying, in essence, it was tampered with?
It was tampered with from the get-go. Because it wasn't, I keep telling people from day one. Because, yeah, I'm a Kartel fan, but I'm not speaking with any bias. I've been saying this from day one. This case is not about justice or injustice. This case is about making an example of.
Yeah, we know that.
I am going to lash you publicly.
Yeah, but I don't want you to close out on the point. Because if you drive that home, then all of what the lawyer talk about for people understand why that is. You get me? Because with what you were saying, it's correct. But you can't just give them the answer and think them are going to know how to accept it. You have to break down why you come to your conclusion. So why I'm in agreement, just for rewind it back a little. Because you say me jump the gun. Fair enough. Because it actually did get tampered with a major propaganda, media and everything. But you can't tell me so we can't find 12 people when they're really into them things here.
12 neutrals.
Yes, we African find them because you have people who don't do social media and you have people with a level head. So at the end of the day, all you need to do is do your due diligence and figure out how you are going to get that case here done right, because the trial have to come to justice.
Which is why I said the justice system fumbled the bag so much, because with a case like this, I am very touchy-feely about a case like this. If I am a lawyer or if I am the prosecution, I am touchy-feely about this. Why? I cannot allow anything to go wrong. This has to go to the T. Dot every I, cross every T. Because what? This are for perfect. Like, I cannot allow him to get away because of something I did not do or something that I did.
Yeah, but look upon this. To me, you expect too much from this justice system. It's already full of loopholes, bro. All the loophole and bigger can fit a camel through it. So at the end of the day, I get your point, and you're correct. Keep it tight, be confidential, and ensure that whatever evidence you have, you use it as a trump card for drive home your case so you can win the trial. But at the end of the day, that is not the society or the system, much as the judicial system what we have out here. Because remember,
my expectations too high.
Yeah, I remember too. You say it already. In every country this happen. You have free man where serve time, whether life or whatever. Exactly. And you have guilty where actually walk away scratch free. So at the end of the day, we have to understand so them not get it perfect. However, there was no due diligence done. So the bribery at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Now Vybz Kartel never paint himself in the best picture. And then him songs them how great he is at delivering his bars. It convinced them of the person where him depict.
Which is why I said for the prosecution, this was a bat up and catch type of case. This is somebody who is a criminal, singing that he's a criminal. His image screams criminal, and we caught him fumbling the bag doing something criminal.
But let me give you a quick analogy for show you Jamaica on the scale here so you can understand why the fumble is inevitable. You have two men, a rich man and a poor man. Two of them get the same bag. 50 grand. Both of them get a bag. Who you feel like are impulsive and jump the gun and spend irrational?
Of course.
And then go back broke. Exactly. So when you go back to a system where full of loophole and weak and arrogant because them decide to them know it all and we run the system, what did you expect? So the bribery are one part, you know, the phone system, so the evidence with them tamper with, right? The trial itself, because as we must say, them draw it out. Years them take for actually find him guilty with all of the ample evidence with them did have.
Which is why I use the phrase, they paraded him around the town. Because let's do this and do it properly. Alright, for example, and some people might say that the comparison is not fair, but for example, America will do their work in the background, and when they grab you because guess what, you're not getting away. You see me? Evidence start come out where you even did know so them have you. I wonder where them get that from. You get me?
Yeah.
Y'all did it the reverse. When you get it, have the man lock him up because you know could have lock him up, and then start parade him through the town, and then start show off wanna have on him.
Yeah, because
not understanding say in the long run that's going to kill you, because in the court of law under certain standards it's not admissible once it's been leaked. Because if what you're putting forth as evidence was in your possession before it became leaked, before it became public knowledge, you can't use it.
Yeah. So ultimately, that would have made them go in at the case with knowledge about what them have to be jurors towards. So them already have a biased mindset because of the knowledge, preconception. But now just quickly get it to them, because you're right essentially when it comes down to the fumbling point. But my ultimate point is them intention. You can maybe use the word fumble, but if me be honest, like I always say to you, is the prison system are more than just time away from the public. Them get to handle you however they want to handle you. Them take you off of the streets. Them take you from the eye of the public. So ultimately, the effect where them did want this have pan Vybz Kartel already play out. You're not going to get back at the Japan of the past. And don't get me wrong, I not say them can ever take him voice, him talent, him swag. But the youth where they dead here and the future in front of him without prison time would have way different than what we are going to get if him possibly free.
However, at what cost? At what cost?
Yeah, who are going to pay though? Who are going to pay the cost?
Because, alright, you are the director of the FBI. You get me? And this is your career making case. And it made your career. But a decade later, you lose your whole career because of it. Because of mishandling evidence or something that you did outside of the line that comes to light. What was the point of making the career if you're going to lose everything that came with it at the end?
No, that are systems.
And
what you have to understand.
And your reputation and everything. Because for these people in the justice system, them reputation have a lot. Them reputation mean everything.
Yeah, but you have to understand systems. And for it work, you have to have sacrifices. So if you want to execute a certain type of motion or movement, you are going to expect some people are going to get caught under the rubble, because we're going to need foot soldiers to bring forth our mission. So at the end of the day, I get your point to an extent, but two as well, FBI way different from Jamaica system. Yeah. So while them can partially hold you accountable, because them still have loophole out here. So at the end of the day, we can't really say how them might lose them career. A few of them might, but it go back to my same sacrifice point. Because them wouldn't know, and then how much money them might get for step down. Maybe like 200 million. So go try something again at life. You just can't be a lawyer. Or you can't be a judge. So at the end of the day, you have to understand.
Based on the microscope that is under, no, they might not get that opportunity. It might more be a case where somebody I got hang for this. And you not get nothing for walk with for hang for this. You just I got hang for this.
I'ma give you one example.
And then what happens? Somebody else get a come up.
Gun. No, but you jump the gun. Me can give you one example. R. Reid, where they did in the education sector, rob the sector in front of the country and get him compensation for him contract or what him do. What you call that when you retire?
Redundance.
Not redundance, but sometimes pension. The words pension, sometimes words evade because of too much. But him still get pensioned right now, bro, and him rob the country, him rob the kids in the country. Let's not say the country, the kids, him rob the future of Jamaica and put one step back as an individual at the top of one system. And we make that slide. You feel like say we are going to reprimand them for Vybz? As much as we love him, remember, we died down after a few years.
It's not going to be we though.
No, the reason why I'm saying we is because of the masses in Jamaica, and I'm a Jamaican, not me specifically.
It would have been like you're at school and you're doing a discipline, or your vice principal do something and your principal back him. And you go above both of them, and ministry come in and do feed them internal investigation and realize, say, wait, y'all messed up, man. Y'all fumbled the bag. Somebody need to hang for this, because we need to hold somebody accountable for this now. And we are do it independently. So there is no bribe, there is no, oh, you are going to get away. No, we just want somebody for hang. So, who is really at fault for this?
Well, my thing is, who are going to go to them way for hang them, and what would that be the purpose? And ultimately, I just me kind of close off, because it's like the checks and balance or the chain of command in Jamaica is twisted. So when it comes on to accountability, right now the upper heads are make that messier. So there is no one, hypothetically speaking, above them. Unless there's no some superseding, we are going to go on from another country or intervention, to me, they say it done. But what me that say is, free Vybz, because this is not justice. That's my point. What you say, bro? Because we are close out.
For me, I say the same thing. Free Vybz, based on this situation, free Vybz. And for those people who feel some type of way about that, if at some point he is supposed to get, or justice is supposed to be served, it will be. But don't try to force justice and do it wrong. Just let it flow. Let it happen the right way. You see me? So, me say it too. Free Vybz. You never hear me say he's innocent, but guess what? Free him. Based on this, we no mess up. We have to free him. So let him go. And you know, if him fumble, I get him fumble. But that's just it. You get me? So, thanks again, guys.
Remember, read the room, else I'll get lost.